I understand people get annoyed with the lists.
You don't have to do this.
But the lists get the views. That means people enjoy these lists, which sometimes creators are like, damn, I gotta make another list. But if it wasn't popular, y'all wouldn't watch it.
I mean, you just can't make this up.
But it's not just lists, it's fragrances that are inexpensive, yet last 14 hours, are readily available, and smell completely different from anything else in their collection. Not a problem, and I also want to be 6'8", 320 pounds of pure muscle with a huge schlong. Not gonna happen.
It is such a drag having such a huge hog.
But what I can do is provide you with some diesel summertime fragrances that, for me, off of my skin, have very nice performance, and some of these have somehow gotten better over time. So I'm gonna put you on to 10 diesel, strong, beast mode style summer fragrances, niche and designer, for you to potentially experiment with. You want a list? You got one. Let's roll my music so I can put you on to 10 beast mode summer fragrances so you can smell like a superstar hooker. What? Blessing morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, 𝐷𝐸𝗏𝐴. Today's video is sponsored by MrCubaknow.com. Go to the link in the description. Go to MrCubaknow.com to get all your Cubano needs. And the first fragrance I'm gonna start off with, popping right into this list, is the fragrance I'm currently wearing today. I just came out of the shower. I went for my morning walk. I feel all invigorated, rejuvenated, remastered, whatever. And it's a fragrance I haven't reached for in a decent amount of time. I'm literally wearing 7 sprays of this fragrance. I don't know why. I went a little bit ham. I took a real nice hot shower so the pores were open. I want to see how this shit truly performed in a really nice 70-ish degree weather day. And that was Parfums de Marly Greenly. Nothing's better than you walking at the same speed as a 75-year-old and her giving you the thumbs up. Hopefully it's that you smell good, right? Or she's like, good job, whippersnapper, I did 7 miles, you're on step 40. But Greenly is this gorgeous minty kind of apple sensation with a beautiful white floral essence. There's a lot of citrus opening in this joint, but I get also a little undertone of like a winter fresh chewing gum. There's this airy, effervescent, slightly mentholic, citric, white floral fizziness off this scent that really smells incredible on me right now. And I'm getting a lot of effervescence. I'm getting like I'm drinking an Aperol Spritz type energy. Now I'm on full dry down right now, but I still have the effervescence. I still have this spearmintish type energy, and I'm getting like little hints of like very underlying hints of like neroli-ish type essence. It's got body, it's got woodiness, it's got green herbaceousness. It's a very nice fragrance. Like, it's really underrated. I just don't think it has all the versatility to be worn all year round, kind of, for my personal taste. That's why I rarely reach for the shit. It also gets lost in the mix, so that's another problem. But so far, the sillage has been pretty incredible on the 7 sprays, and it doesn't feel skin scentish yet, and it's been about 3.5 hours. So Greenly, doing pretty well right now. Next one. Now this next fragrance, you probably have never heard of. You barely know the house, but it's beautiful, it's artistic, it's got a dense, thick, spicy ginger, which are all kind of dense notes, but then it has a really bright crushed mint essence, followed by like coffee vibes. Confusing, I know. But that fragrance is René Parfums Havana Rain. Summer Rain. This shit is a whole vibe. It's literally like walking through La Pequeña Habana type energy, right? Like you see a 1956 Chevy drop top walking by with probably a fucking diesel boat motor in it, and it has so much body, so much artistic integrity, so much feeling, so much depth, yet still has elements of brightness. And I kind of feel like it encompasses the aura of Cuba, you know what I'm saying? There's still so much beautiful smiles, so much energy, so much music, so much livelihood in the cloud that is all the suffering and shit that's going on over there. Like, the Cuban people managed to keep a smile, keep that energy, keep that vibe. And that's why the fragrance has like, ¿Qué hola, 𝐷𝐸? It's always like, yo, what it do, bro? What's good? What's poppin'? Like, what we doing today? What we getting into? Amongst all the darkness, there is some light, some energy, some brightness, even with such corresponding notes. And it's a gorgeous scent. It's very unique. It's completely artistic. It has its own composition, its own melody, its own song, its own soundtrack, its own spirit. And it has heavy balls. I mean, full elephantitis of performance on this scent profile.
You got some big testicles to pull this off, bro.
Completely unique, not super expensive, but, you know, subjective, but easily 12 hours of performance, bare minimum. This is a house you should definitely keep an eye on. Rainier Parfums, Havana Rain is definitely one on the list, and there's many more actually in this house, but this one's a beast. This little cheapie is a grenade. Well, honestly, I can't even call it a cheapie anymore. With hype, the price has definitely gone up with How Was Ice. This was a fragrance that used to hover in that $40 space, $50 space. I feel in some places like $80, $90. That's kind of wild. Chill on that, homie.
Daddy, chill.
But if you can potentially find it in that $50 space, you definitely get a fuckload of performance. Also a juicy blackcurrant kind of energy, very citrus forward, also with a minty punch. Mint seems to be something that just calls me in the summertime when it comes to performance. Some minty, whether it's a dull kind of mint or a sweet leaf mint. That along with juniper berry, bergamot, and maybe a little bit of a grapefruit type essence. Those are kind of notes that really speak to me in the summertime. And this has the minty composure. It has some juicy plum energy in this joint, and it's got a lot of body and base. This is a versatile fragrance, has amazing performance. Just gotta be shopping that shit around if this is a fragrance that you're interested in, because some of the places be charging wild for this shit. It ain't that crazy to be spending $100+ on this fragrance. However, if performance is the key shit that you're looking for, you're gonna find it here. Versatile, sexy, sweet, minty, ambery, ballsy. This shit performs. Next one. I mean, I did mention bitter and sour, right? H24 by Hermes. A very polarizing scent. I like it. For me, it just screams blood orange, grapefruit, and vetiver. Like, it's a very punchy, sour fragrance. It's very citrus forward. It's all that you're fucking getting out of this scent. You're getting mad citrus, sour, slightly bitter. If I can explain this fragrance in a physical format, imagine 99 degrees outside with 100% humidity, a gallon of Tropicana Ruby Red grapefruit juice, and you just doing jump ropes outside. The dehydration and the fact that your skin is just gonna go like lipo, that's what I get from this shit. It's sour, it's bitter, it's sweet, it's dry, it's loud. The sillage on this shit is stupid. The performance is incredible off of my skin, and particularly shines where others don't. Hot ass weather. This shit thrives in uncomfortable environments like heat and humidity. So if you're looking for something that performs in a designer space that's available online or at a department store, for me, H24 definitely holds that candle. Next one. Now, people who are supporters might get upset because the next fragrance you're not gonna be able to get. I understand. I don't do the list so you can buy shit. You buy it, cool. Maybe I'll get a little something, something. But at the end of the day, if you don't buy it, I don't give a shit either. And this one, you're not gonna be able to buy it, especially in the US. But I gotta put you on to shit that's good so you can keep an eye out, because I think August is gonna be a deadline, and then in 2025 you'll be able to get Ath Blue Fever. Now with Ath Blue Fever, this shit is just strong. It's fucking beast. It's performance, it's sillage, it's loud, slightly obnoxious, amazing scent profile, but also has a little bit of a, you know, type energy. This is, if ATH had a designer profile, this would be in that space. It's like designer profile with better quality ingredients. Sounds like a Papa John's commercial. Another one with mint. This one is peppermint, bergamot, lemon, mandarin. Then it has this aquatic element with also the citrus from a passion fruit. And it also has its aquatic essences with grapefruit. These are kind of corresponding shit. Like when it comes to summertime fragrances, these are notes that you're gonna expect. Aquatic-y, blue, grapefruit. Vetiver sometimes has a nice bassy depth to give it that dry, woody, citric kind of vibe. Orange or mandarin. It just goes. It's fucking summertime. Nobody drinks whiskey in the summer. I do.
I mean, one of, if not the greatest drinker that ever lived.
But summer's for mojitos, summer's for sangria. I'm not drinking one right now.
This man is a genius.
But Blue Fever from ATH 100% has all these essences. It just really performs incredibly well. I wouldn't dare to call it super unique, but I'd call it like, damn, that shit is sexy. That shit performs. This shit is summertime vibes. And if you're in the UK or on the other side of the pond, you might be able to get this joint in the US. Good luck. But for ATH fanboys, I believe he's gonna be dropping like a limited batch of all the hits in August of this year. And then in 2025, allegedly, according to Instagram, he's gonna be doing some distribution out of the US, so they're gonna be readily available. Cool, but why are you putting it on the list now? Because it's my fucking list. Put what I want. Next one. But if you want something that's readily available, and I just think, love at first sniff, Gentle Fluidity Silver, for the fuck's so simple. It's stupidly simple. Look, I'm getting mini goosebumps just smelling this shit off rip. It's so good it bothers me. It's soapy. It's fresh out of the shower. It's uncomplicated. It's herbal. Also fizzy. But yo, like, Goose Pimpies, my guy? Like, what are we doing, dogs? I love this. I love this scent. It's so uncomplicated. It's such a dumb reach. I'm wearing Greenly right now, but fuck it. Let me just layer this shit with just a little sprig. I just really like this scent, and it does very well off of my skin. Also in the come on. How do you not like this? I would understand it'll annoy some people. Why? Because of its simplicity. Some people want all this dynamic range, all this crazy shit when it comes to fragrances. I want to experience 14 different layers of tiramisu. Papo, sometimes just keep it simple, stupid. You want compliments. You want to smell clean. You don't want to offend anybody. You want to have a nice sillage bubble, but a sillage bubble that's pleasant. Some people don't understand that sillage, when it's crazy, bombastic scent profile, that shit doesn't tickle everybody's hymen. People get upset about this shit. Trust me, in a confined space, too much of an abrasive fragrance is a fucking turnoff. How many times have you not heard or seen a shorty be like, fuck, what did he take a bath in that shit? That's not the compliments that you're looking for. I don't think you'll ever get that from Gentle Fluidity Silver. I haven't as of yet, but I also don't work in the office. I truly don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks either. Next one, a risky fragrance, and I kind of kicked the baby brother off the list, although it's still fucking incredible. But Sunset Cafe, oh man. Weird and sexy is the way that I would pinpoint it, because it has a seaweed fantasy note. It's a different herbal. It is seaweed-esque, but it also has like crazy coconut chunks of milkiness in the scent. And then it dares to be weird in that opening, almost midsection. You get this crazy fruitiness that apparently is strawberry. Kind of smell like a red candy, more than strawberry. But it's diesel, it's got body. It's not just an overall summertime, freshy, blue, aquatic. It's got little essences of it to give that summertime energy, but it's not a blue fragrance or traditional blue or whatever. It's ambery, it's coconutty, it's milky, it's herbal in a weird way, but there's a sexy energy about this scent that makes it a little bit more ballsy, a little richer than its counterpart Ibiza, which is just Hawaiian tropic summertime lotion cocktail dripping all over you because you've had one too many. And when a motherfucker says open bar, I go in.
Open bar, dude!
Give me all the pina coladas. Free drinks for everybody. It's all inclusive. Who cares? Ibiza Sunset Cafe. Coffee essences, seaweed, coconut, strawberry, and performance-wise, Ramon Monega don't miss. Now this fragrance speaks a lot more summertime. Domes Kosmala Neon number 4. Fruity, aquatic, airy type scent profile is how I would categorize this shit. It's like mango, yuzu, mandarin, and it's also aldehydic, very airy, a good coastal kind of breezy type energy that comes off this scent. Absolutely beautiful with awesome performance actually. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm far from a fragrance expert or a reviewer or anything of that sort. I'm just a dude who likes to smell good. I've said this on multiple videos. But some of these fragrances like Greenly, not this one in particular, although I don't know what the shelf life of this was prior to me getting it. I know we say it's like maceration, like the longer it sits in the shelf, as long as it's a temperature controlled environment or a cool environment away from like direct sunlight. Sometimes these fragrances really kick up in performance when they age. And I personally thought it was something that happened with like clone fragrances. Maybe the GSM and shit fucking just moleculed it all up. It hasn't macerated, so it kind of just gets better with time. But I find that to be happening with other fragrances in niche and designer space as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe that's the way that my nose is interpreting these things, but sometimes when they sit and I set it and forget it kind of shit and go back to it, they seem to be performing better at that time. Maybe my skin is getting older and wrinkly and shittier, or my deviated septum is getting, I don't understand, but this shit is getting stronger. And I feel like this one somehow smells like it had a little bit more performance than initially. And it doesn't make sense. But I can only interpret what my skin does, and the shit does a nice fucking sillage cloud around me. Actually, it was a little bit too much, to be honest. That was a 7 sprayer also, and that was just, was a lot.
It explains a lot, doesn't it?
I feel like the vintage version of the California raisins and Chiquita Banana gangbanged me in like a wild orgy and shit. I smelled like a fruit cocktail juice walking around. I was just really fucking fruity. So I had about 9 hours on this summertime fruity freshie that surprised the shit out of me. A designer fragrance that I have put on many summertime lists. It's good. It only gets a few sprays a couple of times a summer. Never disappoints. Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau Fraiche. Never disappoints. But I also only need like 3 or 4 sprays. I don't need any more than that. It does very fucking well. Now, granted, I'm a dude who sprays skin and clothes. Sometimes I just don't want to oversaturate the skin. Let me have my fit speaking for itself. It's not gonna stain it. This is a clear lick. It's gonna be Gucci. And it's a loud, citrusy limoncello type fragrance. It smells like a Marinello lemon icy. You even smell the wood spoon. This is kind of one of these dumb, blue, designery, lemony fragrances that just hit and hit very well. The YSL line isn't one that slacks when it comes to performance, just kind of lacks a little bit on creativity. When the flankers start coming out, there's a lot of repetition and same scent DNA in a lot of the fragrances, and I would say it goes 50-50. Like 50% of them are just catered to these young bucks who want to fuck, and a lot of them don't apply to old, washed up, rusty candle bolt fucking bum looking dudes like me.
That's a lot of damage!
But this is one of those on the upper echelons of the Yves Saint Laurent Y line as far as summertime is concerned. It's a very, very good scent with great performance off of my skin. And finally, Mancera Cedra Boisé Intense. It's a no-brainer. Performance, sex appeal, a DNA that's loved by everyone. The intense version doesn't necessarily mean it's more intense than the other one. Although again, with that aging process, this one kind of gets a little bit more burn. But it's Cedra Boisé at the end of the day. We already know the shit hits. So if you want performance in fragrances, these are 10 options that you should sample. One of them is gonna be difficult for you to get. The rest of them are probably pretty ready available. Some people sell decants. Test before you buy. Run your ass over to the department store. Don't blow the bag buying these 10 fragrances because I said so. Don't trust me, trust your skin. Sample before you buy. And if you choose to buy or you've sampled already, I'll put links in the descriptions, any promo codes that are potentially available so you can save a buck and I can get paid and we can all be happy. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know it is biggest in the game. Smooch.
Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.